Hello everyone, Pineapple here with episode 8 of Titans. Last time we saw our team escape with Rachel's real mother from an asylum and Adamson die twice. Ending with imagery of Dick's current feelings towards the Robin suit and a little too many Doctor Who jokes. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into Titans, episode 8, Donna Troy. We start off in flashback land, with Dick walking into his room to find a girl. Oh god, a teenage boy's only weakness. They, bond, I think I can call it that, over shared experience in the child sidekick business. These two actors and characters, even if one is a little too depressing, do have good chemistry. Back in the present, Rachel is cooking some eggs, and thank God she did this after Adamson took his leave, because we all know what happened the last time he was around eggs. Gar decides to make coffee and discuss Dick and Corey banging. Great, as if seeing it episodes ago wasn't grueling enough. Rachel and her mum are very awkward and are still getting used to each other, and Mummy Dearest wants Gar to join in. My god, stop being so fucking awkward. In bed, Corey is having Nam flashbacks to last episode's ordeal, and is getting sick of not knowing her real self. Dick and Corey talk about him once again wanting to leave. Jesus Christ. I get it, identity, philosophy, bullshit. The team speak about what they'll do next around the table, and Rachel's mum reveals that she has a remote house to go to, but Dick does end up leaving. Again. Leaving Corey in charge, having a good and less awkward send-off. Rachel starting off cold, then hugging Dick, then back to her abrasiveness. Teenagers, am I right? Wow, these jokes don't really land when I'm still a teenager. Dick finds himself in the snow and is met by Donna Troy, the girl from Flashback Land, now played by Connor Leslie. She has a place to go to and Dick walks and talks, him discussing his violence and Robin problems with her. Their paths together, meaning that Dick can be more open, is a refreshing side of him, unlike how he is with the others. These two having a more balanced chemistry than their younger counterparts. Turns out, much like he is attempting to do, she hung up her cape and tights. And for some privacy, she uses genuinely appalling CGI to jump this truck, that Dick actually uses acrobatics and effort to clear. Please, for the love of God, don't use those effects again. Donna invites Dick to her art show, or some shit, and we get thrown back to our other cast travelling by train. Corey's flashbacks continue and she scares the dick off this bloke. Her and Gar decide to let Rachel and her mum get some alone time. Back at Donna's photography show, she sends Dick to talk to the normal people, if he even knows how to do that. Rachel and her mum have an oddly written reminisce, talking about Rachel as a baby and how Angela set up Rachel and her fake mum, and that although her dad's followers were after her power, he is apparently gone. Almost refreshingly, Rachel doesn't rage or angst here. We just get a nice, calmish look of contemplation as she looks at her reflection. Gar projects his uncomfortable feelings about murdering a man last episode, and he talks it out with Corey in a good philosophical debate. I mean, not really, but compared to the usual tone of this show, it might as well be. And Corey gets another great one-liner before seeking out the shifty guy she was staring down. After a long strut, she goes to give him the business, if you know what I mean. And by that I mean she holds him up and questions him about the asylum. Too bad it just turns out he was horny. At the exhibit, Dick makes small talk with whoever this is, but Donna needs to step out. Back on the train, the horny man rats on Corey to someone, while Donna, followed closely by Dick, is kidnapped. The train is stopped and Donna meets some Aussie who is willing to sell some merch to Donna, but here Dick comes, ready to beat some ass in a decent but small fight. Donna is understandably pissed that Dick has destroyed her undercover operation, but needs his help to cover this blunder up, taking some dodgy photos. Donna and Dick talk about how their upbringings changed them and who they are now, and they once again go back for a little bit of Bruce blaming. Donna tells Dick to be something else, someone else, getting the Arrow tagline backwards. They make up, and Donna Troy uses her Amazonian knowledge to help Dick with some of the scripture in Corey's lockup. Corey gets spooked on the train and takes Gar to find Rachel and Angela. Gar takes Angela away and Corey goes after Rachel, although our enemies might not be after her. Turns out our opponent is the FBI this time, who storm the train. Unfortunately for them though, Corey burns them alive while the rest of our team flee and grab a ride, swooping back to pick up Corey after the damage is done. The next morning they arrive at the cabin, although Corey's head is still rocking from her flashbacks. Rachel figures her healing powers might help the problem. Meanwhile, Dick and Donna are rushing to the others because the writing states Corey's original mission was to kill Rachel, and as if by narrative coincidence, Corey does start to attack Rachel as our episode cuts to the credits. This episode contained many good scenes, but also held its fair share of awkward or boring ones. Donna Troy was a great introduction to the cast, and even if she can be a little abrasive, she is entertaining to watch and certainly creates another dimension of Dick's lacking until now character. With our other new character, bar one scene, Angela was boring and only served to create awkwardness among the team. And just don't get me started on how useless and cringe-inducing that scene at Donna's exhibition was. Overall, I would give episode 8 of Titans, Donna Troy, a 6 out of 10. Thank you everybody so much for watching this review of Titans. Like the video if you liked it, write a comment down below if you wish, subscribe to the channel, and if you do, remember to ring the notification bell so you're told every single time that I make an upload. Once again, thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Toast. A little piece of toast. Because there's so much to choose from. There's brown bread, white bread, all sorts of wholemeal bread. It comes in funny packages with writing on the side.